Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spirit World Insights. I'm Jackie, and welcome back to a peaceful, serene spot here in Alaska. I am joined today by the spirit consciousness of Jesus, actually. And obviously, I'm always honored by all spirits that come and choose to speak words of insight and inspiration for us. Jesus is definitely a spirit that I grew up knowing, well aware of, but did not meet on a soul level until 2012, when he came to me through a shamanic dream journey. Needless to say, it changed my entire life and my relationship with his spirit and my guides increased tremendously after that dream journey. And he guides me today to speak with you about what do you do when you don't know what to do. It's actually probably a topic that everyone is familiar with from one time or another. He says it's more common sometimes than we think or give credit to because of being in a 3D planet. The ego loves to feel in control, and because it's hardwired for survival, what happens is you always stay in a constant state of I got this, or I can handle it, or I'll know what to do, I'll figure it out. And he says that sometimes what's in the best interest is it's a common phrase, let it go and give it to God, creator, source, divine. Okay? He says this isn't to tell you that you're not good enough or that you're not worthy of whatever the task is. It doesn't mean that you are not capable, competent, willing, right? He says we're usually always willing. But he says it's to ease your burden. His energy is very like he's just sitting next to me. And his energy is very loving. So if I get emotional, it's because he channels through the heart chakra very intensely. And it's incredible. So I hope you can feel some of this. And he says, I'm not trying to tell you that you've got to do it all by yourself and that's what you ought to do. He says it's because we're here to help. You were never meant to do it alone. We are co-creators of this planet, he says. You may feel, you may be taught, you may be programmed and conditioned on a daily basis that you are separate from everything that you are within. However, that is not the case. He says, we are all one drop of this great big ocean. Therefore, we are united and connected. And what better opportunity than to have help and support and guidance when you don't know what to do. So he says, when you realize that you're in one of those situations, he says, take a moment to step back, to calm yourself, to raise your vibration by connecting with Mother Earth and breathe her in. Breathe her into your eyes and your ears, into your heart, into your lungs. And recognize and call forth that whatever it is that you are experiencing, you may not know the answers, and that's okay. But the beautiful thing, that being a part of the divine, is that there are answers, there are solutions, there are more opportunities, perspectives, potentials that are just waiting. And it's okay if you don't know what they are. He says, when you come into that situation, he says, and you've taken that breath and if you've separated yourself from the aspect of the ego telling you that you ought to know what to do, he says, then let me, or let any of your other spirit guides or angels or divine connections step in and offer their guidance and support. Give it over to them. Allow them to hold on to it. And he says the words that you can use to help you bring this into fruition is thank you for holding the space that the highest good of all prevails. Thank you for letting me hold the space so that the highest good of all prevails. Thank you for letting me hold the space so that the highest good of all prevails. When you do this, he says the highest good is the highest good of that person in that time. And again, you don't need to know what that is. You don't have to have impact or judgment or expectation over that. Just allow that the divine knows, that the higher consciousnesses, the higher selves of everyone involved knows what's in their best interest at that time. You don't have to worry about, was it justified? He says a lot of the ego is wrapped around, well, is it justified if the highest good for them prevails? He says yes, because you don't know what the highest good for them might be. It might be that they need to hit rock bottom. It might be that they need to hit a tipping point. It may be that they need to be on a cliff, like in between worlds, right? In between two possibilities. It might be that you need to be completely held and comforted, or it might be that you need to be at the top of your game. What is the highest good for whomever? You don't need to know. As a human, we don't always need to know the answer to that. But when you hold the space for the highest good of everyone that's involved, he says that's when you allow all of the divine energy to collaborate and help move everything back into flow. He says we love you. From the top of your head to the tips of your fingers and toes, we love you. And we want what's best for you. It's not always easy. You will struggle. You will have challenges. But you will always have support and help. He says, I hope that this brings you guidance today and compassion. Thank you for that beautiful message. Thank you for listening. Please share. If this is a message that you feel that someone else needs to hear that's not aware of the channel, thank you to those of you that are newly subscribed. It's an honor to be here. All right, you guys, have a great week. Bye.